48 kills, Tarek GG, it's What the Moose here, and today I've got another trick for you guys about how you can easily secure first blood in lane with Nidalee and use this to snowball your lane out of control. In order to utilise this trick, you're going to want to come to lane and be as aggressive as possible, throwing as many auto attacks as you can to try and zone the enemy from getting level 2. You don't need to worry too much about taking harass or tanking minions. In fact, it's fairly beneficial as this helps bait them onto you when you try and go for the first blood. Right at the start of the game, you're going to want to put 2 or 3 traps by red buff and ask your jungler to lure it over the buff when it gets low. As you can see here, I've juked into the bush so Zed has no vision of me. I've now picked up the red buff, got level 2. Unfortunately Zed's level 2 as well, but he's already used his W. I've popped my fortitude pot, burning him down with red buff, got the ignite there, and that's an easy first blood. I could have had a health potion ticking at the same time, but I was in no real danger of dying, and it just saves me from buying another potion when I back. You could argue that by doing this you put your jungler really far behind, especially considering how important buffs are. However, I would disagree, because you do actually end up sharing the XP of the buff with the jungler, and your jungler is effectively ganking your lane even though he's not there. He's using his presence in the jungle to give you presence in lane and to allow you to snowball out of control, which is extremely beneficial. And as we saw in the last clip, as soon as I got first blood, my jungler was there to share XP, to help me push the lane and to help me snowball my advantage even further. When you use this technique, you're either going to want to zone the enemy from getting level 2 or bait them into thinking that they get the level 2 first. As we saw in the last clip, Elise saw me go into the bush level 1, she thinks she's got level 2 first, she thinks I'm overextended and she thinks she can all in me, have a red buff, red pot, ignite, and it's a free first blood for me. You don't always have to use this technique to get the first blood though. As we see in this clip, it's unrealistic to think that I would get a kill on Singed, so instead I'm using it to zone him, and it does snowball lane out of control, as we're going to see in the clip coming up. He is completely zoned out of getting CS, there's no way he can come close with a red pot, red buff Nidalee, and the only real way you can mess this up is if the enemy jungler comes, so make sure your jungler is aware of it, although you do have a lot of 1v2 potential, especially due to the fact you'll likely be zoning the enemy top lane and they won't have a lot of impact on the 1v2. Kite back with autos, use your heal, use your traps, time your flash and ignite at the right time, and if you get a jungle kill in a 1v2 or a top lane kill in a 1v2, that's absolutely fantastic. So here's a follow up from the clip before. He's getting zoned, I'm level 6, he's level 4, and that's just going to be an easy pickup for me, snowballing from the red buff zoning that I got going early on in the game. One other time it becomes hard to pick up first blood is if you push the lane too hard early on. You need to be aware of when you're going overly aggressive and tanking the minion wave, you will passively push the lane, so use the bush to mitigate that and keep the lane somewhat in a viable position to pick up the kill. Now I do appreciate that this is gimmicky for getting first blood, but you have to understand you don't have to do it level 1. You can set up traps at any stage of the game, perhaps to get the second or third red buff, coordinate it with your jungler, because picking up a red mid-duel at a certain point of the game could be game changing and quite often is. So experiment with this guys, and I hope you understand I'm trying to give you the tools to do some cool things and not just do a gimmicky thing that can be easily countered or people will know about. Have some fun with it, do some mid-game random red buffs, dueling top, and start carrying the game. I really hope you enjoyed this video guys. If you did, please let me know what you thought in the comment section below. Feel free to give it a like, a favourite, and share it with your friends, as it helps me out so much, and please subscribe if you like what I'm doing. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.